Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from CraftTestDummies.com, and today I'm going to share with you my video overview of the Silhouette Portrait Digital Die Cutting Machine. It's brand new to me, I've never used it before, but I want to share my experiences and results with you. So let's take a look. Alright crafty friends, this is the Silhouette Studio software on my laptop. And I'm just going to kind of show you, I know it's hard to see in the video, but at least it'll give you kind of a little perspective on how you get started cutting. So you see that right here, you see the cutting mat, and here is the page proportions. So you can select whether it's going to be a 12 by 12 or a letter, landscape or portrait, etc., etc. So for the portrait, its default is letter size paper in the portrait orientation. So what I'm going to do is open up an image by coming over here in this section. Can I turn it so you can see? Yeah, they're over here at the corner. And this is the library, and that pops up all of the images that are already preloaded onto your installation disk, like so. And also, if you've downloaded anything from the website, which you would need an internet connection for, you've got those here. So that's kind of fun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a card that's kind of pretty. It's a pop-up card. And if I double click it, it brings it over. I think it brings it over. There we go. It brings it over to your cutting mat. So anything within the red line is safe to cut. It shows you the direction of the mat, and again, it's already kind of pre-set up for you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this pop-up card, and in just a second I will show you, well, here, let me show you now actually. So if I go over to the cutting properties, it kind of changes it up for you. So you can choose what kind of cardstock you want, and that slides up and down so you can select. And it will also tell you how deep your blade setting needs to be and whether or not you want to do a blade or the sketch pen. So I'm going to pause the video and then I'll show you how I load up the mat. Okay, before I get to the cutting part, I just want to give you a little overview of the machine. It's really small and streamlined and lightweight. It's only 3.5 pounds and about 17 inches wide. It's very spare when it comes to buttons. You lift up the dust cover, and here's the cutting mechanism, and then your operational buttons are over here. Now, because this machine only works with your computer, there are no SD slots, there are no cartridges to use, so all the buttons just for basic operation are here. Everything else would be on your laptop screen. So let's start over here with the blade carousel. This carriage mechanism here is super duper easy. The easiest one I've ever seen to use. You just turn the holder knob, just one crank, and the blade carriage comes out entirely. And then you see here, this is where the numbers are, so you can select the depth. And right now it's on 3, so to change it to 5, which is what I need for glittered cardstock, I just give it a little turn, and now it's on 5, and I pop it back in, and I snug it back up. So that's super easy. Now if you want to use one of the sketch pens, you just take your sketch pen and drop it in and click it. So these are just so easy to use. I kind of love this feature. And there's no special way to put it in. You just drop it in and close it. So then over here, here are your buttons. This will pause your operation. This turns the machine off and on. This unloads whatever media you're using. This loads media that doesn't need a mat. So like your vinyls, or if you're, I don't know if the fabric interfacing would need a mat or not. And then this is the one with use a mat that is loaded with media. And I think I messed this up earlier because I was using the regular button, which just loads the mat. And it was really kind of grinding the paper into the mat and then making it hard to remove. You see that white residue? That's the track. And maybe the pressure was too deep. So don't do that. Make sure you use the right button. Also, this is here's the mat. It's really super light and super flexible. And actually it is so flexible it's almost invisible. You see here where I inadvertently cut off the edge. it got in the way of my paper trimmer and I didn't even notice it. So now you're supposed to use it arrow facing forward. I have to use it upside down because it won't feed in without that corner. So this is a good cautionary tale. Know where your mat is because it's almost invisible, and then also B, make sure that you buy a second mat, get another mat on hand. I don't know how many cuts it'll take before it loses its sticky because this is still a fairly new machine for me. I do see a couple places here, and you can too on the camera, where I used a spatula to scrape off extra pieces and it actually took off the sticky business. So again, I can't exactly tell you how long it's going to last because I don't really know. This is all new. So new to me. So now I'm going to line it up the best I can considering that I don't have any markings. And I'm going to load it in so you see what that's like. There are no real good measurements here. It doesn't say like 8.5 and 11 here. So you just kind of have to, you know, eyeball it. So I'm going to put it in, lined up over here, like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this cut so you can at least hear what it sounds like. Because it does have a little bit of sound. It's funny, my kids think it sounds like a robot. I don't think it's very noisy though. I think this is something you could actually cut, you know, in your studio at night with the door closed and it wouldn't wake up the whole family. So we'll be back when the cut is done. Okay, and our cut has just finished, so now I'm going to unload the mat. And you can see I cut this beautiful glitter paper from, this is from Three Birds. Oh, isn't that pretty? And because this is a pop-up card, maybe you can see very lightly in the back that there are score lines so that you can go ahead and make this into the pop-up. But it's a very intricate design. I like the thank you, and I'll just put that in something plain. So, but here you can see it does cut the glittered cardstock really prettily. And I'll show you some other samples. Here's a foil card that I made with some foil paper. And then I cut a really super intricate design. Okay, let me show you against the foil. Isn't that pretty? So this is one of the stock images that actually comes with your CD-ROM. And the hardest thing though was trying to remove it from the mat because the mat was really sticky. See how I broke a couple of the spokes? So be careful when you remove it. And also this is one of the ones where you print it out on your printer and then use the registration marks and then cut it out. And it worked beautifully. I was like, this is magic to me that you can print something out on your, by the way, it has to be one of their images, right? It has to be their special file, but you print it out using the registration marks and then you can cut it. And theoretically, there are ways of designing your own. I am just not that advanced yet, so I will have to come up with a follow-up video once I am. But this is just TechSuite paper, and you can see that removing it from the mat kind of made it curl up. So that's just a little hazard, I suppose, of the trade. And then I did use the sketch pens. This is the metallic gold to make these thank yous, and I think that's pretty awesome. Just a reminder, any font you have on your computer, you can cut out using the Silhouette, which is pretty awesome. So there are lots of places to get cut files for the Silhouette too. You can buy the ones online. People sometimes offer them for free for digi downloads. But if you don't like having to deal with cartridges and storing books and everything, then really the Silhouette Portrait is a great machine. It would be comparable to the Cricut Mini, and I'll do a follow-up video kind of comparing and contrasting the two machines. But this is really for people who are tech savvy, don't want to have to worry about storage of cartridges and whatnot, and really want a lot of freedom to alter their designs and kind of create their own images, weld their letters together, etc. So those are really the three big pluses for the Silhouette Portrait. I'm still new with the machine, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments area. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I would love it if you subscribe to the Craft Test Dummies channel. I'd say thank you, thank you, thank you. So have a great crafty day.